A 39-year-old Rockford man faces 5 counts of child porn possession after Illinois State Police arrested him Wednesday. Anthony Anderson was identified as a suspect from an investigation that started on November 30th after ISP was contacted by authorities in Iowa about a crime committed in the state allegedly by Anderson.
A home in Rockford was later searched where authorities say evidence of child porn possession was found. 4 of the counts Anderson faces are Class 3 felonies, while 1 count is a Class 2 felony.